In the winter of '89, Megadeth underwent yet another change in its lineup.
When Dave and I first met, the idea wasn't, well, it's you and me, and we're going to have this revolving door of a drummer and guitar player. That was never the case.
Drummer Chuck Baylor was fired soon after Mustaine dismissed Jeff Young. Dave suspected the guitarist of having an affair with his girlfriend at the time, Diana.
Dave called me up and said, "You're trying to make something happen with Diana, and I'm going to fire you from this band."
And I said, "That's it." I said, "Jeff, you're out."
I think it was the paranoia that was caused by the freebasing that he was doing, where he accused me of trying to have an affair with Diana, which was untrue.
And I say, "You're still fired." And that was the Jeff Young saga.
In the spring of '90, Megadeth entered the studio with two new members, guitarist Marty Friedman and drummer Nick Menza.
When I got into the band, I heard all these wild stories about drugs and addiction this and just insanity that. They were way cookies and milk compared to any image that people were telling me about.
When the band emerged in October '90, they'd molded a heavy metal masterwork. Lauded for complicated compositions like Hangar 18, Rust in Peace hit number 23 on the charts and quickly went platinum.
That album was really a landmark record for Megadeth. It established them not just as a heavy metal force, but it's just the musical masterminds, really, that they get a lot of credit for being at this point.
We were rebuilding the beast. Megadeth's time had come, and that was really the time for us to go out and conquer and claim what we've been wanting to get for a long time.
The challenge was a difficult one. Mustaine and Ellefson were physically ravaged and flat broke.
And we're 4 albums into Megadeth's career and didn't have a dime to my name.
You're spending $300 to $500 a day, every day snorting cocaine and heroin. You're going to have money problems.
All these metal kids are looking up to us like we're, big metal superstars. And little did they know, I had probably upwards of $200,000 of tax debt and credit card debt because I'd been strung out on dope.
To further the ironies, Dave Mustaine became the poster boy for MTV's Rock the Vote.
This convention will be taking place until Thursday, and God willing, we'll get some solutions by then. This is Dave Mustaine for MTV News, reminding you, register to vote.
Despite the chaos, the band went to work on their 5th album. Inspiration struck in a sun-baked warehouse in California's San Fernando Valley.
Wow, I can't even believe I found this place. This is an old rehearsal studio called the Power Plant. We used to come up here and rehearse. Man, we wrote a lot of stuff in here. Wow, a lot of history in here. Check this out. So this is it right here, room number 3. This is where we wrote Rust in Peace in here. We auditioned Marty Friedman in there. We wrote and rehearsed most of Countdown to Extinction in there. In fact, what we'd do is we'd go in and we'd rehearse. And whenever we got stuck and couldn't come up with anything new, we'd come out here to the basketball court. We'd shoot some hoops for a while. And we'd go back in and Dave would write, "Gonna, and all of a sudden we'd have sweating bullets. And then we'd come out, shoot some more hoops again, and then we'd go back in, he'd pick his guitar up and he'd go, gotta, and then we had Symphony of Destruction. It was beautiful. It's like we were just banging out tunes left and right, thanks to that basketball hoop right there.
Megadeth turned their hook shots into a slam dunk. In the recording studio, they created a masterwork of metal. 1992's Countdown to Extinction debuted at number 2 on the pop charts and made them metal megastars.
Countdown to Extinction was the first record that had Megadeth songs played on the radio and had Megadeth songs played on MTV. They went from playing, in 3,000 seaters and selling 600,000 or 700,000 copies of a record to selling over 2 million copies of that record in the United States alone and playing arenas.
When Countdown to Extinction debuted at number 2, We were sitting in a limo, just getting the report, and I'm like, here I am, rocking around the world and hearing my record is like at the top of the charts. It was like, could have just shot me right then. I would have been happy.
But in a cruel twist of fate, Metallica soon released their fifth album, and it debuted at #1. Dave was devastated.